Happy Friday, everybody! It's your boy, your pal, your amigo, John to the air horn reap. I forgot my air horn. You are listening to another awesome, amazing episode of the Fried Pod. Don't eat Tide Pods. Listen to the Fried Pod. And we got a lot to talk about today. Let's see here. We're going to talk about the Hickory Crawdads game I went to. They had a John Reap Day. We're going to talk about Nashville Squares. What is that? Well, I'm going to tell you. iTunes reviews, emails, sunflower seeds, and tattoos. It's going to be a great episode. And for those of you who are only listening to the Fried Pod, that's great. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You know, we're on iTunes, SoundCloud, probably other stuff I don't know about. We might be on Stitcher, Pandora. It's a lot to keep up with. But if you're only listening, then you're only getting half the pleasure because we are now on the YouTube. Yes, the one and only YouTube, the one that I'm on, the main one, the big one. So you get to see us now. And we got, thanks to Moose here and Alan Jackson, these are going to be my guests / co-hosts today because I'm in their studio for the most part. I mean, this is we're at the Jackson Creative, and we are we got different camera angles and different cameras we can switch to. Right now, I'm talking to the main camera. That's me. You see the logo back here. I got the laptop. I got the awesome microphone. Then, if we want to, we can switch to another camera. Bam. Which one are we on?
Oh, there we are. That one.
Now we're on Alan Jackson over here.
Hey, how you doing?
Say hey, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
That's if you're just listening, that's Alan Jackson. He is my good friend. He's owner operator of Jackson Creative and Hickory Live TV show and the Fried Podcast now and Mesh Studio, all kinds of stuff.
I just like to stay busy, man. There's a lot of fun stuff.
And then if we go to another camera, you're looking at, where's he at? Moose from the Hairy Knuckle Boys.
Yes.
How you doing, buddy?
Man, doing great. Doing great. Excited to be on the Fried Pod here today.
Yes. So this is fun. This is new. We Moose will be on the handy dandy laptop.
That's right.
Looking up, fact checking me.
That's right.
A lot of times.
100% fact checking.
Yeah. That makes me nervous, to be honest with you. But before we get started, why don't we tell people to rate, review, subscribe, and share. That's, we don't have any sponsors yet, but if we did, this is where I would talk about you and your product for like 30 seconds, maybe to a minute. Who knows? What do you think, Alan?
You know what? It depends. I mean, any product that's going to wants to be a feature in the show is going to be a high quality product. So I think they're worth your time,
right?
Whatever that is.
So that being said, just know that rate, review, subscribe, and share. 2 R's, 2 S's. Rate, review, subscribe, and share. So people have done that. In fact, let's go to iTunes right now. I'm going to read you guys the latest. I've been begging to do this, and I think the YouTube is helping. I like saying the YouTube. I know it sounds ridiculous to younger people. Your son's probably in there laughing at me. Like, why does he say it like that? It's so stupid. It's not the YouTube, it's YouTube. It's not the Facebook, it's Facebook. Anyway, I like to say it that way because it brings me joy. So on the iTunes, we do have new reviews. Here's one. Let's see here. The last one I read, I believe, was by a guy named Talk Radio Freak. So let's go to
Talk Radio Freak?
Talk Radio Freak.
Wow.
That was June the 2nd. No, what's today?
June 28th.
Oh, so, okay, yeah, we may have read that one then.
Okay.
All right, let me go over here. Here's one by a guy named Tennessee Wildman. Wow. Subject matter is listening in Winston-Salem. Gives us 5 stars out of 5. That's great. Awesome show. I listen every week. I do a podcast. Oh, here we go.
Plug in another podcast.
I should preview
It lasted 1 sentence.
You know what? He did give us a review. So I feel...
Cross promotion.
Sponsorship. Yeah. Look, let's make it happen. All right. He says, I do a podcast a podcast too, but not many listeners yet. Rooster Radio Hour. Keep on trucking, you ginger ninja, you. Just subscribe. Kept forgetting to, and yes, we listen to you, so keep on keeping on. 5 stars for you. Air horn. Oh, he likes the air horn.
Oh, yeah, air horn's good. Okay.
So thank you, Tennessee Wildman. Here's another one guy by name, Atrob 86. John Reap makes me laugh every episode. Love learning about his hometown and family. Enjoy hearing from his childhood friends. Every episode is a great listen. Well, thank you. We'll do one more. Long live John Reap. Well, thank you.
Can't get much grander than that. That's great.
Well, I have no plans of dying anytime soon.
I mean,
yeah. That's optimistic.
But it's nice that he's kind of wishing you to still live, which is good. So,
for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time.
This is by a girl, I guess, Linda, E.H. Linda, eh? Maybe she's Canadian.
Linda, eh?
Linda, eh? She says, found this.
Hopefully it's not Linda, eh. No, I'm sure it's not. It's Linda, eh.
Linda, eh. Found this podcast when Sarah was still part. Long OG listener. Okay, that means original, I guess.
Yeah.
Love getting my weekly dose of the Fried Pod. John is hilarious. Proud to say I saw him live in Nashville. Don't eat Tide Pods. Listen to the Fried Pod. So there you go. If you want me to read your review and give you a shout out, it's as simple as going to iTunes and writing one. It's that easy. Also, if you're not an iTunes person, you can send me an email. Send me an email to johnreep@gmail.com, JONREEP@gmail.com. I will read it, and here's one by Erin Bauer. She said, fried podaholic. I like that. Hey, John, I'm a huge fan of your comedy, and I tune into your Fried podcast every week. I have an hour-long commute to work every day, so I spend them listening to several comedy podcasts. I work as a marriage and family therapist with adolescents and their families, and I often have an emotionally draining day. On my drive home, I am able to unwind and laugh my stress away. Thank you for your hard work and keep the laughs coming. P.S. Please give a shout out to mental health awareness. #in the stigma. Erin Bauer. There you go.
Yeah, that's
nice.
nice.
A good one right there.
Wow. That was good.
That's heartfelt.
Yep.
That's
a real message
Erin.
there. That's good.
Now I feel pressure to be extra funny.
Yeah, I know. God, I hope you are too.
All right, Erin. Okay, here it comes. Wow, I was just going to phone it in today. All right. Well, thank you, Erin. If you want me to read your email, it's as simple as just sending me an email, johnreap@gmail.com. All right. Lots to talk about.
I was going to say, man, you've got a lot going on.
I'm trying to think where we should start.
Okay.
Where do you want to start? You want to do a John's Journal?
Why don't we do the journal? Because I'll tell you, you started doing the journal a little while back, and there's been a lot of people actually commenting on the journal.
Yeah.
Online, and I think they're liking that. So I think you ought to go for that.
That's true. Okay, we'll do that then. All right. So for those of you just listening for the first time, I found my old high school journal from like 1989.
Wow.
And some of them are finished, some of them are not finished, because at the beginning of each English class, a teacher would make us write for 10 minutes straight.
Okay.
And I come up with poems or just write whatever. And some of them are finished, some are not. So the ones that are not finished, I was telling people I would finish them myself as a 47-year-old guy, but I think I'd rather you finish them.
Not you. You're going to turn it to the not to
like
me.
choose your own adventure type
the
thing.
Listener.
Oh, that would actually be a lot of fun.
So if you guys at home are listening to this and you want to write a new ending or write an ending to some of the ones I've already read, go back and listen to the last two. We're on episode 92 right now, but I think I read some on 90 and 91, maybe 89. But go back and listen to those. There were some I did not finish because I didn't have time in class. You finish them, send them in to me, and I'll read the best one on the Fried podcast.
I think that sounds like a winner.
Yeah, and we'll give them like a free hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some free hats. Although I have to tell you, before you jump into this one, so I no lie, I think I've listened to you read your poem about playing backyard baseball.
Wiffle ball.
Yeah. Several times now.
Oh, no.
And mainly because you used the word carport twice, which I have not heard the word carport in years.
Yes.
And it just was a nice little nostalgic thing to hear. And,
right.
Yeah,
and twice.
It's a great poem. It's a good poem.
Carport. I don't think people even call them that anymore.
No, I was really trying to think, when have I heard the word carport again? I haven't heard it.
Yeah, it's been phased out by just driveway or garage.
It's amazing, yeah.
No one says carport anymore.
No, they don't.
It sounds futuristic in a weird way.
It does.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah.
But
we're going to
really,
bring back carport.
Back when we were growing up, I mean, everybody had a carport. I mean, that was a pretty common thing. So
that's true. Yeah. So let's see where this. Thank you.
You got a standard to reach with these new poems now.
Right. Well, the last one was a little athletic-y.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This one's going to be about love, you guys.
Oh,
can't wait.
Do you guys love love?
Loving it.
I like love.
You like it? Yeah, I don't. I still think I should love other things. I don't want to commit just to love. I just like love.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. This is going to be a lot of love stuff here.
All right, here we go.
I was heartbroken in 1989, 90.
Can I? All right.
Go ahead.
I may have some guesses who the heartbreaker was.
Let's do it. You play. There's no way. Well, maybe you'll get it.
Really? I mean, was it somebody we went to school with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was younger though.
Oh, see, I didn't really know me the younger.
Dawn Eisenhower. How dare you?
Oh.
You watching this, Dawn? Are you happy? Are you happy? Look what you did to me. Anyway.
I didn't know Dawn, so.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I did. I don't remember.
She broke my heart. Yeah. Anyway, I'm fine now.
He's totally over it. I can tell.
Totally over it. Half these poems in here about you, Dawn. I swear to God, I was killed, devastated. All right, I've moved on. Maybe it made me a good comedian. Who knows? All right, this one is from May 19th, 1989. All right. These are embarrassing, by the way. All right,
even better.
All right, here we go. This doesn't have a title. I just go into it. Here we go. Today is the day I most think of. Today is the day I fell in love. It was a year ago this very day. Her name was Peggy Sue Allen May. What? All right. We met at a dance in a country town. She wore a white dress and never did frown. We fell in love, and was going to be wed. Not were.
Yeah, well.
I screwed that one up.
I mean, it was high school.
We fell in love and was going to be wed, but the night before, she put a bullet through her head.
What? John, what happened to you,
I
dude?
don't know. I guess I had to wrap it up.
A dark turn. Took a dark turn.
I got one last line. I need an ending.
Hey, right to the point. Anyway, come to the silver bullet.
That took a dark turn.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
I honestly can't tell you what was, no pun intended, going through my head when I was writing this.
Wow.
I guess it was like, I like things that rhyme. I think I was a huge Guns N' Roses fan at the time.
Oh.
And Guns N' Roses had a song, I used to love her, but I had to kill her.
Yeah.
It used to be okay to kill people in songs.
Yeah, that was kind of accepted back in the 90s, but frowned upon now.
Don't worry, there is no person that I actually met named Peggy Sue Allen May. I made this whole thing up.
Peggy Sue
There was
Allen
the movie Peggy Sue Got Married. Remember that one with Nicolas Cage and Kathleen Turner?
But that wasn't like a nickname, pet name for any girl you liked in school or anything.
Peggy Sue Allen May. It's like 4 names in there.
Yeah, that's kind of an odd one.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, weird.
I'll admit, I was digging the poem.
You didn't see that one coming, though.
I did not see the ending coming. It was like a M. Night Shyamalan twisting thing. So.
It sounds like that poem was kind of finished, though. That poem.
Yeah, that was done.
I don't know if anybody can finish that one without getting.
No, maybe you could do a
out there with
prequel.
it.
Maybe.
They definitely could.
Yeah, maybe if you're listening to this one, since this one's finished, write a prequel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, write something about the day that I fell in love. Like, how did it happen? Well, it says right here, the country town. Maybe give us the name of the country town. Why was she wearing a white dress? And then why did she never frown?
We need a lot of backstory.
So maybe that's the prequel version of that.
You wrote like a Southern Gothic novel out of that point, man. That was that was pretty good. Okay, your depth of poetry writing is a lot deeper than I remember.
All right, let's try and make this nice.
Okay.
A little nicer anyway. This one's just called, there's no date on this one. It just says a love sonnet.
Oh.
Now, I'm not sure exactly what the definition of a sonnet is.
I don't either.
You don't know?
Nope. Never understood poetry
Nobody?
stuff. No.
Oh, he's going to Google it. That's good. I
the
wonder.
fact checker.
A sonnet is a poem in a specific form which originated in Italy.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Please keep.
I'm pulling up the Wikipedia. So, evidently, sonnet is Italian in nature.
Yeah.
And it was signal a poem in 14 lines with a strict rhyme scheme and
Okay.
specific structure.
Now,
Well,
is
there
yours
you
14
go.
Is yours 14 lines?
That.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 14 lines.
Here we go.
Go. All right.
This is a sonnet.
Power of the internet.
So this must have been like the project in class that day. Everyone has to write a sonnet.
So how many lines did you just repeat the same thing over and over again? Because that's
Well,
totally what I would have
find
done.
out.
That's, okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. A love sonnet. Love is a feeling deep down inside. Love is a feeling you hold within. Don't keep it in because of your pride, and don't believe it is some great sin. It isn't a sin to lose your pride. It isn't a sin to let her in. It isn't a sin to go run and hide. It is not a sin to let her in. Okay, that's that one twice.
You did
There we
repeat it
go.
once, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I hate rejection, and please do not think that I'm insane. But someday you must show affection, and some days you have to take the pain. Then one day you'll make the connection, and then you'll know how to play the game.
Wow.
Oh, dude, it's a game. Love is a game.
John, I thought I knew you in high school, man, but you had a much deeper, darker side.
Can't pronounce deep without
I mean, there's teenage angst in that.
a lot of angst,
Good
dude.
Lord.
A lot of angst.
You were at a tough time. Tough time in
Thanks a
your,
lot, Don Eisenhower. What you did. I'm actually proud of that one, except for I did, repeat a line.
That's
But
okay.
maybe
I mean-
is that part of the sonnet? You have to repeat something. I don't know.
I would have repeated like 5 or 6 of the lines just to get to 14. So
I hate you, Don. I love you, Don. I hate you, Don. I love you, Don. I just did that one over and over again. About Don Eisenhower.
yeah, that would have been pretty clear.
Well, there you go, folks. John's journal.
It's really nothing to finish on those. I mean,
Not these.
No, yeah, okay, but we'll get some.
Oh, there are other ones you can.
I mean, you
finish.
could write a sequel sonnet to that.
I believe you can write. Okay, there we go. So the ones I've finished.
Yeah.
The project will be to write a prequel or a sequel.
Prequel or sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first one about Peggy Sue Allen May would be the prequel.
Okay.
A love sonnet. We want a sequel.
Yeah, maybe something. Maybe something happier.
Yeah, I mean, this one was okay, and then until I said it's all a game.
Yeah.
You're playing a game.
I think you were in a bad place, man, during the week or so.
Speaking of playing games, how about the Hickory Crawdads?
Hey,
What a transition.
go. That was good.
How about that?
Been there before, pal.
Segue. I mean,
Nice.
all right.
So you had a John Reap Day at
I
the
did.
Hickory Crawdads, right?
The Hickory Crawdads, for y'all, for those of you who don't know what that is and don't live here, that is our minor league baseball team.
Yeah.
Crawdads. It's if you don't know what a crawdad is, it's a crawfish. If you don't know what a crawfish is, why are you listening to this?
Yeah.
How did you stumble across
You're
me?
not the target market here.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
But welcome.
Yeah, thanks. I'll sponsor you if you like. You can sponsor me. Anyway, it's a tiny lobster. That's all
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why we're called that, though. How did we get that name? What's the
Well,
history
okay,
of
so
that?
what I always understood with these pro sports teams is they try to find an animal or creature or something that's seen a lot in that area.
Yeah.
And I mean, Hickory, we do have
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
used to-
crawdads. So,
yeah.
you know, I could see that. But what's really funny with all the pro sports teams, though, is like when you start with a team name and then that team moves to another place.
Right.
And the animal has absolutely no connection to that place anymore.
I love
I'm
it.
trying to think of some examples.
Well,
but-
let's see here. The Los Angeles Lakers.
Right. Yeah.
They're from Minnesota originally because
I know.
Minnesota has all the lakes, and then now they're in Los Angeles they got one lake.
Well, wasn't the Jazz like
Utah
originally
Jazz.
in New Orleans? Now it's like
was.
Utah.
New
It's
Orleans.
like,
Yeah,
but-
yeah, exactly. So I would love to see the Crawdads go somewhere where
Like
Alaska,
Alaska,
the Anchorage Crawdads. Yeah. So anyway, yes, they hit me up. I've been going to a couple of the games this year. It's
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
I don't even care about baseball. I'm not a baseball guy. Like I mean, the only sport I played was football, but like I tried to play baseball.
Yeah.
But I wasn't good. I couldn't hit the ball. I could run, I could throw, I could catch, but I couldn't hit, and that's a big one.
Yeah, that's kind of what as a kid you got measured on, like if you're a good ball player or not, is can you hit the ball?
Right.
Yeah, everybody could catch the ball. Everybody could throw it, but if you can't hit it.
Well, think of Babe Ruth. This guy was like 800 pounds.
I don't think he did anything.
He couldn't run.
No,
That's the most important thing is hitting the ball. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, he was a pitcher too, though.
Babe Ruth was a pitcher.
Babe Ruth was a pitcher. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I mean,
I'm positive he was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, find out.
I know that.
all right. No,
I could have just made that up on the spot.
I know he's also a candy bar.
Delicious.
yes, he was.
Delicious.
Baby
candy.
He was and is still.
He's also big in the movie Goonies. Baby Ruth?
Oh, right.
Because the guy,
Sloth.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to break it to you, but
Is he a pitcher?
left-handed pitcher.
Wow.
Pitcher.
See, that's how much I
Never
don't
saw
know
that.
about baseball.
Never saw that.
Yeah. Well, so he could throw and hit. Now, I want pictures or video of him catching. I want to Google this. Babe Ruth top speed. What was his 40?
I mean, he was.
Is there any video of him running? I mean, he never had to run because he'd knock
He was
it out of the
he had the
park
trot
every
down
time.
pat.
Yeah, he just walked.
trot was down.
Yeah, he did a little. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of why he had to hit home runs because, like, that way I don't really have to worry about running the bases very
That's
fast.
how good he was at hitting.
Yeah.
But I played Little League. Did you ever play Little League? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any of the names of the teams that you were on in Little League?
I don't. No.
Moose?
I just remember playing out at Mountain View Fields out there.
Brookford.
Yeah, we
We
played
played
Brookford.
in Brookford.
Brookford's the one that had the big concrete stands out there, and that was kind of the big field you go play.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's still there.
Yeah,
It needs
it
some
is.
work, but it's
it's a little worn down.
yeah. They that's where we played.
Yeah.
I think the first team that I was on, and I don't, I can't remember if this is we didn't have T-ball.
Mm-hmm.
T-ball started later.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
T-ball, what do you put? Yeah.
Sure.
So I didn't. That wasn't a luxury that we had until later on.
There's no such thing in our.
My brother, I think, maybe played T-ball. Like it was on it came right after me.
I don't
But there
remember
was
if I ever
where the
played T-ball.
coach would pitch.
Yeah.
Your own coach would throw the ball.
Right. Yes.
So that
I
you,
definitely had that.
yeah. So the first team that I kind of remember playing for was the Busy Beavers.
The Busy Beavers.
Yes, Busy Beavers. And that was the name of the sponsor, and the sponsor was a daycare center. So,
Wait a minute. This
There
is
was
all
a
coming back to
daycare
me.
called the
daycare
Busy
center called
Beavers.
The Busy Beavers.
yes.
Are they still open?
No, they are. I think
Because I was like, that's a definitely sponsorship opportunity there.
I think they're a hardware store.
Yeah, they are. It's like an Ace Hardware or something.
yeah.
So,
Right there on what road is that? I'm thinking of.
That's Highway.
Is that 10? No, it's going to like you're going.
Yeah, it's Highway 10 going
Yeah.
right through Mountain View.
Like if you go from Mountain View to Newton, like you're going to Fred T. Ford High School. Gosh,
Yeah,
this is some like
that's right. Yeah.
some inside baseball stuff.
Fancy,
But yeah, Busy Beavers. We were horrible. We were like the Bad News Bears.
Wow.
There's a picture. We can put it up if you
yeah,
want.
yeah.
There's a picture of me on, I'm getting a trophy from the coach. Look at that.
All right, Nick, you got it?
Can you see that? All right, look, we got yellow. No one's shirts are matching, but they are yellow. They're
you're the
different
colors,
shades of
but,
yellow.
yeah.
It's like the coach goes, all right, go home and find a yellow shirt.
What's the color everybody has? Yellow? Everybody's got yellow? Okay, we're yellow.
Well, the Bad News Bears were also yellow.
Oh, that maybe was
They
planned
were
for
also
that.
yellow.
'Cause that was like late 70s for the Bad News Bears.
And we
That was-
had a B on our head,
Yeah.
Busy Beavers, Bad News Bears. It had two B's on it.
Yeah.
So I think now that I'm putting this together, he may have done that on purpose.
Yeah.
But we weren't that great. And look, even our, the pants, they're not like baseball pants. They're just jeans. I got jeans. My brother's that's my brother behind me in the blonde
Yeah, I
hair.
see him, the blonde back there, yeah.
I don't know what he's holding.
No, some sort of juice box or something.
Yeah. I'm getting a tiny little trophy.
Are you getting a trophy? Is that what you're getting there?
That's a tiny little trophy. And that's Darren Hempill's dad. I forgot his name. Roger, maybe.
Okay.
Hempill.
Yeah, they live right down the street from me in Clearview Acres. there.
I have those jean shorts now. Those are mine.
Those are yours?
Look, I'm wearing them right now.
Oh my gosh, you are. That's
They're almost the same.
his were a little shorter, so
It's more like Daisy Dukes. I need this shirt. I should recreate this.
Yeah.
And then find some other kid.
That is a kind of an iconic mid 1970s look right there.
You see the dude behind him? vaguely.
Yes.
Also with shorts, tube socks pulled up,
Yeah, with the double stripe.
double-striped, cleats. That was our Babe Ruth.
That was the slugger.
That dude
was,
could hit.
That was the one that you guys make sure you stack the roster with. And
Yeah.
He's always going up to bat. So
That's right.
Yeah.
But as you can see, he's way bigger than all of us.
Yeah.
He like failed
He's like-
every grade twice or something.
He's like a junior in high school.
Yeah, after this game, this dude went out and bought us beer. Yeah. So you got me, the hempill. I forgot. Just my brother. I don't know who these other people are.
Yeah.
But yeah. Those jeans look like classic bell bottoms. This is late 70s, early 80s. Probably early 80s. How old do you think I am right
I mean, what? We were, you and I are same age. So I mean, we were, that looks like you were probably about 5 or 6 at that.
think?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
it's probably like, late 70s.
Yeah, busy beavers. There we and none, the hats, the shirts don't match, the pants don't match. I don't remember. I do remember one play that kind of happened,
Yeah.
and this was sort of like an important game.
Okay.
And I was in right field or left field or something,
Sure.
and I may have been one of the younger guys on the team, according to this other guy.
Yeah.
Everyone seemed bigger than me.
Well, yeah.
And it came down to like the last at bat for the other team, and we were up, but they had like a guy on base and there was a guy up to bat, and this dude cranked it right to me, and it was a long arc. Like all I had to do was catch it,
Right.
and it took forever for the ball to get to me. That so many thoughts went through my head. Like I pictured me catching it and riding out on everyone's shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
I pictured me dropping it and bawling.
And being kicked out of your house, hitchhiking down the road because you're embarrassed, you got to leave home.
I pictured that ball hitting me right in the face, and blooding my, and then it finally came, and I caught it, and it was like a snow cone catch.
Okay.
You know where like I barely caught it, like the ball was coming out the tip of the glove,
Right there, that little stitch part of the glove is just barely holding onto it.
and I just remember going, ha! And
Look what I
everyone was
found.
like, yeah! And then like I didn't get carried off the field. It feels like I got carried off the field. Probably just walked off.
It was probably just like everybody's like, "Yeah, the great job, John."
But I do remember going back to the dugout and someone going like, "Can I get the ball?" Like maybe they had one more at bat, or maybe there was one more play or something. So I thought I was going to take the ball.
Oh, you thought you were going to keep the ball like a game ball?
It's like it's mine now. I caught it. Anyway,
This was a Mountain View Little League, so we had one ball. It's like, I'm sorry, we can't keep playing unless we get the ball back.
Oh man, did you play baseball, Moose?
I did. Yeah, I played up all the way until 9th grade.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I saw a real curveball, I quit.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, you can't hit that.
What high school? I forgot.
I
What
went to Statesville.
Statesville. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Alan, no baseball. You said Little League, maybe.
I did Little League,
Yeah.
maybe 4 or 5 years of Little League. It was just kind of the thing you did.
My brother was pretty good at it.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, Jason was
he
good.
went on to the All Stars and that kind of
Oh,
thing.
see, I never made it to the All Stars.
Yeah,
I always played outfield. The ball never got out there. Most of the
That's
time,
right.
except for that one hit, like one hit a game. It's like it comes right towards me, and of course I'm not paying a bit of attention.
Yeah.
and it goes right by me. So, no, I wasn't. I wasn't the baseball
I did
player.
do one thing at that same field, kind of shady once.
Yeah.
Because I also played church softball. And we were the West Hickory Baptist was the name of the church.
Okay.
I was a catcher. And at this time, I was like one of the younger dudes on the team. Me and my brother would play sometimes here and there. Brad Whaley played sometimes.
Okay.
But it was mostly like older dudes in their 30s that played.
Right.
So anyway, I'm playing catcher, and we're getting killed. And this guy is on third base, right? So the batter hits the ball way out into the field, right?
Yeah, sure.
But the guy on third doesn't know it.
Okay.
So he thinks he's going to sprint to home plate. And it's gone. I mean, it's out in the weeds.
Right.
The guy, our team, whoever's playing right field couldn't find the ball. This was Brookford, and there were weeds out there.
Oh yeah. You don't, it's like it's gone.
It's gone. And so, but this guy didn't know it. He was like sprinting to home plate, and I was the catcher. But I pretended that the ball was coming in.
Yeah.
So he was looking at my eyes to see, do I need to sprint? Can I trot?
Right.
And I'm like, I'm backing up like this, like I've got my hand, like my eyes are doing like this, like I'm following the ball.
Oh, you kind
of. And I do a fake catch, and I try to attack, and he slides. And he's got dirt all over him. He's got strawberries on his knees now, and he's bleeding. And I go like, dude, you had it by a mile. It's still out there. And he got mad at me. Like the umpire goes, you can't do that. I go, why?
Yes, you can.
There's no rule against that.
So but that was a little shady thing.
I
That
think
was
it
at
was great.
Brookford's Field.
Oh, Brookford. I love that field.
Yeah,
I mean, that was fun.
Do they do anything there anymore? It looks like it's been run down.
Yeah.
We need to like chip in and buy Brookford.
Redo the Brookford field.
The whole town. I feel like if we crowdsource this.
No, yeah, I'm on it. I'll set up the GoFundMe page today. That's
Like that community. What's that building they have next to the field now? Is that just a community building?
Yeah. Now I will say they have a model railroad, like a museum or place in there. Or at least they did for a while. It was actually pretty cool.
Oh, that building?
In that building, yeah.
No
and they've
kidding.
done like other events and all that. I think I'm looking for validation. Yes, I'm seeing in the studio people are confirming that yes, that's the case.
Well,
but yeah, they'd actually do some stuff there.
Maybe we should cover that on a new episode of the Hickory Live.
Hickory
show.
Live, we go out and visit the model
We
train
explore
museum,
the Brookford
or
Museum.
Brookford in general.
All of it. Yeah.
I mean,
the mill that they're trying
it'll
to get
take us
rid
like
of.
20 minutes, but we can tour all of Brookford.
So it won't be a two-parter.
No, I think we can get it all done in one part.
Okay, so we're talking about baseball, but yeah. So, the Hickory Crawdads.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. That's how we got
Full
started.
circle. They had a John Reap night. So I was going to the games. I ran into the guy who does promotions there. He hit me up on Instagram and said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing like a John Reap night? We'll you get there like an hour when the gates open. We'll set up a little table. You can sign autographs, take pictures, hand out promotions, and give away hats and T-shirts." And I said, "Yes, It was awesome." I threw out the first pitch.
So I saw a video of it.
Okay.
I mean, you got it across the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's what I'm proud of.
Okay.
I am proud of it, the speed. Like I threw it hard.
Okay.
So that I'm proud of. The catcher had to kind of get up to go catch it, but I think it hit the glove, but it didn't catch it.
It was a lot better
It was
than it
outside.
could've done. Yeah.
It was fast, but outside.
I'd rather have fast and not accurate.
Yeah.
Than the other way around.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I was banking on.
Yeah. You don't want to be the guy lobbing it in there where they're like sitting here waiting for it to make it to home plate. So,
I mean, some of the worst ones, I think, was it 50 Cent? The rapper? Man, he shit.
Man. He looks like he has never thrown a baseball
And that's
before, or
what-
anything really.
Some of these guys look like, like the major athletes, and they just whiff it. And it's just like embarrassing.
Jeez.
Baba Booey from the Howard Stern show is a famous one.
Okay.
That he whiffed. 50 Cent whiffed one. I had done this before years ago. It was a hot day. And I thought, well, I'm a comedian. I got to do something funny. And so I thought, here's what I'll do when I get out there. I'll stand on the mound. I'll do a wind-up. And as I'm going back, I'll let the ball go behind me.
Oh,
And
classic.
then classic, then go get it.
Yeah.
And then come back. And then I'll bowl it.
Oh,
instead of throw
yeah,
it.
that would have
Two
been-
funny things.
That would have been great.
And so I did all that, thinking that it'd be like, and you heard like, It was just like, no, you need to throw the ball.
Everybody's like, yeah.
Just throw it.
Just let's get the ball. Let's get the game
So I
started.
said, this time I'm going to throw it. So I did that. That was kind of fun. And then I sang the seventh inning stretch, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Sure.
Yeah. But I didn't want to do that just as me. So I didn't tell them I was going to do this one. I wish someone would have recorded this. I didn't think ahead.
Wow.
But because at this point there are people in the game.
Right.
You throw out the first pitch, there's nobody there yet.
Sure.
Like the thing's half
people don't
full.
show
Even at
up.
major league games, no one's there yet.
Right.
So by the seventh inning, the place is full, and I'm going to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And I said, the guy gave me the microphone, which is always dangerous when you give a comedian a microphone.
Yes, it is.
A live venue in front of children and families. I censored myself.
I
was
know this
fine.
well.
So I go, I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me. I just want you to know I am not the only kind of celebrity here. We have another famous person here, and he's going to come out and sing the seventh inning stretch song all the way from Caldwell County. Give it up for Eric Church. And people like, and then I just turned around, put sunglasses on. And I turned back.
That was your whole disguise.
And I said, take me out to the ball game.
Oh,
Take me out with the crowd. And about that far in, I realized I got to sing the whole song like this.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of committed to it now.
I made some peanuts and cracker jacks. and I'm like, I don't know if anyone thought it was funny. I don't know if anyone saw it. I didn't see the reaction. I had the sunglasses on. But that was kind of fun.
He's a country music singer, right?
Yes. He's
I mean,
from
really,
the-
I don't
is-
know.
Eric Church is from the area. I think he went to South Caldwell.
he did, yeah.
He did.
And
What is he? Is he?
oh, he's huge in the country music world
Really?
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I almost want
Like
to
he's
say,
like winning CMT awards and stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like he's like selling out arenas.
And he's from like the next county over.
Uh-huh.
I actually
that's
listened
cool.
to some of his stuff, and it's pretty good.
Is it good?
I
Okay.
was ready to like make fun of him and diss
Yeah.
it, but it's actually really good if you
Awesome.
like country music. So
And there you go. I mean, I've only got a country music singer's name, but you know.
That's
just,
true. Well, maybe that's why
I think I'm
you're.
just a little burnt. I get too many cracks and jokes. So
That's what it
kind
is.
of causes me not to want to listen to country music.
Well, I don't blame you on that one.
Yeah, it's all right. At least
Now,
he's-
what about you, Moose? Are you a country music guy?
Somewhat.
Old school? You play?
Yeah, well, I mean,
You gotta.
I like
some of it.
bluegrass. I like bluegrass a
Right.
whole lot, and some of the old country's good. I'm not necessarily a big fan of the newest country music. I like what Eric Church is doing, though. I
Yeah.
think I saw him play at a benefit with some other musicians that I really liked,
Yeah.
and he fit right in. So I mean,
He's
yeah.
got a good twang.
Yeah,
He's got a
definitely
natural
does.
twang to him that's kind of lost on a lot of pop country today.
Right.
A lot of pop country sounds like any other pop song. So if you get a good, real country sounding guy back in there, I go, like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, good. That's a little old schoolish.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm not hating on him. But that was fun. Threw out the first pitch.
That's
and
nice.
What else did I do? I just tried to collect emails from people. I survived it.
always. No,
I
mean, we've got a nice ballpark out there.
It's
a
nice.
good facility for our town.
Do you know the name of that stadium?
LP Franz Stadium?
Do you know who LP Franz is?
I do not.
Moose?
I do not.
Google it. Let's see here. I
Will
think
do.
I used to know at one point. I
Yeah.
think he owned
I don't know who LP Franz
Pepsi
is.
in. Like he's a
Well, that
Pepsi.
would make sense. There's a Pepsi bottling place kind of behind it.
Yeah, I think he has something to do
maybe
with
something
bottling
like that.
Pepsi. LP Franz.
LP Franz.
Yeah, I'm looking.
They named the baseball stadium after this guy, and it is a nice stadium.
It's a really nice place.
I ran into the mayor. Hank Guess was there. They
Mayor
were doing.
Guess,
They were.
yeah.
They were doing like. I guess community people who work in the community had to also serve the community. So
Yeah, I think like City of Hickory was doing kind of a same thing that night too.
he
So
was
yeah.
serving the drinks.
Yeah.
So he was wearing a Hickory Live T-shirt.
Oh, cool.
So that was nice.
Very nice.
And just ran into a lot of fans, and it was like. So if you want to have a good time, and you like baseball, and you like beer,
Yeah.
go check out the Hickory Crawdads. Tell them John Reap sent you.
Awesome.
LP
Very
Friends, what do you got?
It's Google is not really appreciating LP Franz. I don't think.
No love for LP.
No, I
We're not
mean
getting
it's
any
just the
information?
LP Franz Stadium, just pages and pages of it.
Anybody back there? Brad Hass, you know? He's got no
Anybody know
idea.
LP Friends?
Well, if you're listening at home and you have time, Google it and then send it to me, and I'll read your research on the Fried Podcast. But
I wish I knew what LP Franz. Who
I knew at
yeah.
one point. I've looked it up before.
I mean, it's not like, and maybe this was all rumor back when we were growing up, and I'm going to look out in the studio too. But so Fred T. Ford, our high school,
Right there, you go. Who's that?
he was named after. It was a mortician, right?
Was he?
I think so. I'm almost positive. Fred
Oh
T.
my God, we gotta look this stuff up, dude.
Yes, no, Fred
This
T.
is getting
Ford.
obscure today.
Okay, this was the rumor when we were kids in school.
Okay, I'm listening.
Is that Fred T. Ford was a mortician, and what he was known for is
There's no. I'm not getting on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're not here? Okay. He's connected.
Yeah.
My understanding
This is
was
Fred
that
T. Ford,
Fred
yeah.
T. Ford
Okay.
was a mortician, and because this was back in the early turn of the century time, he would be the one that whenever they would hang people,
Oh man.
he would be the one to go out and proclaim them dead.
What?
Now, okay, I say this, Please, people, let me know if
never
I'm wrong
heard
on
this
this.
in my
But that
life.
was what I always heard growing up.
He is according to Wikipedia, it is Dr. Fred T. Ford, and he is a medical doctor in the area. However, it does not say he is a mortician.
Okay, well, that
But
may
hey,
have
we're just
been-
going to go with this.
Yeah, see, even Brad in the studio showing the
Brad's
symbol of
making
like somebody
the
getting
news
hung.
sign.
Yeah, so like he was the one who would say people had died, right?
Wow.
From hanging.
Wow.
You're also a notable alumni of this on the Wikipedia as well.
What's that? What are
You're a notable alumni.
Oh,
of
well,
Fred
so
T.
is
Ford. There
Alan.
you go.
Alan Jackson is
wow.
also from.
John-
So is Brad Hass.
John.
We got a lot of Fred T. Ford people in here. Wow. I didn't know. I thought he was like a. I don't know why I thought like he just owned a lot of property, like
Well, he may do that
like
too.
farm.
But he was a
farm-
doctor, and all I kept hearing is that, when people used to get hung, he'd be the one that had to go out there and like proclaim them dead.
Wow. What is?
And our high school was named after him.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I mean, I
We
always
should bring
wondered
that
if
back.
it was-
They
I
should
always
do like a
wondered-
throwback Thursday.
All right, please go on and tell me what you're thinking right now.
Go on.
And hey, it's in honor of the guy we named the school after. I'm just kidding. That's horrible. But I never knew that.
And see, I always wondered, like, was that just something I heard as a rumor?
What
or
ye-
not?
what
But
year would that have been
but
established?
everybody
Yeah, I mean,
around
he's a
me is
medical
confirmed.
doctor according to the internet.
Like,
What?
what were the years? What was his years?
Let's see. The school opened in 1953, but he was Catawba County Board of Education for now 9 years, from 1923 to 1931.
Okay, so we are talking kind of early.
I mean,
'80s,
that's right in the period there.
Yeah.
God, they were hanging people back then?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know. I have a feeling a lot of people are probably going to
So
write.
how do
in
you get a
and correct
tiger
us.
out of that?
I
Fred T.
don't know.
Ford Tigers.
Well, there again, that's another one of those mascots that we have no connection to here in the western Catawba County area.
Man.
Tigers are not prominent in this area.
No, there's no tigers out here.
I don't believe there's any tigers.
But do we even have a zoo? Asheville. The closest Ashboro might be
Ashboro.
the closest
Ashboro
tiger.
Zoo.
We
There's,
got
there's a-
cougars and milfs.
Yeah, we do.
We have
have
bobcats.
Yes,
No tigers.
bobcats. We have deer. We have.
I'm looking up LP Friends.
we're still
stuck
working on LP
this.
Friends. Find out.
Let's see here. References, external links. You're right, dude. Not getting much love.
Yeah, no love for LP Friends on the internet right now.
Service engineer.
So we really need somebody to like write in and tell us
Yeah.
who LP
What
Friends
the-
was.
If there's any descendants of LP Friends out there, we apologize. However, please send us links to all the great things he did for
we
our
want to
community.
give them some
I'll bet
credit.
you anything it's bottling.
Okay.
It's weird that we were the Tigers. I remember we were known as a redneck school, even though West Lincoln was more redneck than us.
Yeah.
They were the rebels. They
there you go.
they used to have the Confederate flag as their
That was their school flag, I
Their
believe.
school
Yeah,
flag.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So all that's changed.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're the ones that hanged people.
Yeah. I mean,
I never knew that.
I'm sorry to drop that bomb on you here, John,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I'm
on
taken
this.
aback. But I remember we were known as a redneck school, and playing football my sophomore year, the song that we would run out into the field to, there are a lot of great songs that have stuff to do with tigers. I love the tiger. That's right there. That's a great one. We came out to Tiger by the Tail. But it was a, God, what was the game? I got a tiger by the tail. That's playing in the song. We're getting whipped around by the tail. And that's what we ran out onto the
That's
field.
kind of
to.
like just set the tone for things going forward, So
So, anyway, how do
Wow.
we get into that?
that's crazy.
Go Hickory Crawdads is what we're saying.
Yeah. So, but you had a good night at John Reap night. So
I did. That was a lot of fun.
okay, good.
Okay, good. So before we're running out of time, let's get to some other stuff. We did the reviews. Okay, so check this out.
Yeah.
I was at the game.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, before the game, before I left to go to the game, I get a phone call from the manager saying, "Hey, would you want to be a square on the CMT's new Nashville Squares?"
Like a Hollywood Squares?
Like
but
Hollywood
Nashville.
Squares, yeah. So apparently,
This is the big game show where it's like the big.
you play tic-tac-toe.
tic-tac-toe.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was like last minute. So I found out Saturday that they had interest in me.
Yeah.
I flew out Sunday, taped it Monday, came back on a red eye Tuesday night.
Wow.
So I found all that out.
This is a brand new show.
Yeah, I was on the very first episode.
Okay.
So obviously I said yes. Apparently someone else dropped out. Eric Church probably said I can't make it.
It's like John Reap's my designated replacement for all public functions.
Who else can you get from the Hickory area? So I said yes. Obviously went out there, and so you had me. I was top left. If you're looking at the screen, I was top left.
Okay.
So I'm always in left field, even in baseball.
Oh man, they knew.
So you had me. You had a good friend of mine, Dusty Slay, comedian.
Oh yeah, sure.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey was on the Squares.
Yes.
I met and talked to Gary Busey.
Oh, I have questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Tell me.
Let me give you my impression.
Yeah.
I'll be Gary Busey.
Okay.
You be me.
Okay.
And you just ask any question. I'll give you a Busey.
Hey, Gary Busey.
What? Huh?
I'm a big fan.
Can you say that again?
I'm a big fan of yours.
Tell him to get closer. Like he cannot hear.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a hearing aid, and I don't know if he's doing it on purpose sometimes, but I think that's his like.
It's kind of a shtick.
It throws you off, because you'll be like, I'll be like, I don't know, 20 seconds into something, and he'll say, "What then?" And then I'll go, "Well, how far am I backing up here?"
Right.
Like, do you want me to start from the beginning,
or just the beginning of the sentence, or what?
Yeah. So that kind of threw me off. But yeah, no, he's. But what else? What you
well, and I was just kind of curious. I mean, because you see him in the commercial. I think Amazon commercials where he plays a little bit with this.
Yeah.
A little on the more unique side personality. I mean, is he really? That's really him, though, right?
He's really, his dressing room was right next to mine.
Okay.
So I got there. I had no information.
Yeah.
Like this happened so last minute that I didn't have a breakdown of the show. I didn't know who else was going to be on the show.
Okay.
I didn't have bring different types of clothes. How many episodes am I doing? I didn't know any of it. But I figured, well, just in case, I'm going to bring extra clothes. Blah blah blah.
Sure.
So when I get there, I'm just looking around to see. Oh, and by the way, Nashville Squares taped in Los Angeles.
What?
Classic CMT move.
Oh, you shouldn't have. That just ruined it right there. Ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, sorry about that. But they taped it at the studio right behind where I used to live.
Oh, wow.
And I had this conversation with some of my friends who still live there. I said, watch this. I'm going to leave. And one of the next things that I get will be a show taped in the studio across from my house.
Which you could have walked across the street and been a part of.
So when I was on
before.
Rodney Carrington sitcom, I got that condo, and there's the LA River, which is really just a gutter and a wash. It's where the homeless people hang out. And then when it rains, it's like, okay, we got to get new homeless people in here. So I remember looking over that river at the studio.
Yeah.
And then I leave, and then that's where they tape it. So anyway, I'm back on that lot. I'm thinking this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking around, and I see Gary Busey's name on something. I'm like, oh no way. And I'm excited and also a little frustrated. I'm like, he's going to railroad this whole thing. Bill Engvall was there too.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, he's good.
And so me and Bill and Dusty Slay were talking at one point, and we were making bets. He goes, John, what's the over/under on Busey ruining this show? You want to give it less than a minute or more than a minute? I'm gonna say 30 seconds.
Yeah,
30
really.
seconds.
That's the time they introduce him, probably.
Yeah,
There you go.
But it was about 45 seconds in when Bob Saget, who was hosting it.
Oh, Bob Saget was hosting.
So let me give you the whole run. I'm sorry. Let me just back up, guys.
Oh, I got to hear all about this.
So you got Bob Saget's the host. All right?
Perfect already.
You've got two contestants that are country music singers. Their names are escaping me right now, but they were playing for other people.
Okay.
You had the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders come on and dance in between things.
Okay.
You had Bill Engvall, Dusty Slay, me, Gary Busey, Marie Osmond.
What? Marie Osmond was on there?
Marie Osmond was the center square.
I used to have a crush on her back when I was a kid.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
She was hitting on me.
Was she really?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it either.
Marie Osmond.
I think it might be a move I've seen this move happen before.
Yeah.
When celebrities get on shows and they know there are comedians on the show.
Right.
They start thinking, oh, this guy's going to attack me. He's probably got jokes because they think it's a roast. And so what they do is they butter you up.
So she might have been doing it as a defensive
Yes.
move.
had to have been. There's no way she actually, because several times
Yeah.
she would say, you were just too cute. And I go, thank you.
Well, it obviously worked. 'Cause I bet you didn't say.
I didn't know
about her the
what
whole
to
show.
say
Yeah.
after that because it's Marie Osmond. So
I mean,
and
this is Donnie and
holds up,
Marie.
dude.
This is Donnie and Marie. This is like
I mean, they were bigger than Eric Church back in the day.
Yes, I used
That's
to
right.
watch their show as a kid, man. I don't know if it was my parents had it on and I was forced to watch it or what, but yeah,
She's a little bit country. He was a little bit rock and
He
roll.
was a little bit rock and roll, just a little bit. Rock and roll. I mean,
I don't
really
know how he got any
stretching the
rock and
term
roll.
rock and rolls quite a bit, but
She's not even really that country.
No.
So anyway, but that was cool. She's a center square.
Yeah.
Just really nice. You had Bill Engvall, let's see, who else? Dina Carter,
Okay.
Strawberry Wine.
Yeah.
You had Carson, the guy from Queer Eye from the Straight Guy.
okay.
He was the bottom part. He played the middle square at the bottom
The
row.
middle and the bottom, yeah.
And then you had, Melissa Peterman, who was on CMT.
Okay.
She was on Reba McEntire's sitcom.
So I have questions
Yes, yeah.
now, still with this whole assortment of people you've just rattled off.
Yeah.
I get that it's Nashville Squares.
Yeah.
And they're it's on CMT.
Right.
And I hear half the names kind of fit.
Right.
But then there's a few names you threw out there. I'm like, I don't understand the connection to the rest of this Nashville Square.
Busey
concept.
for one.
Busey's one. The guy
Yeah.
from the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Right.
Doesn't seem like that would be a fit.
He's the Paul Lynde guy.
He's kind of he's there to kind of.
But again, that was Hollywood Squares. Now we're talking Nashville Squares.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm
I 100% agree with you.
It's an
And me
interesting
and
mixture.
Dusty Slay were having this same conversation,
Yeah.
and Melissa Peterman. We're all like, well, okay, why are we here in Los Angeles? Here's why. VH1
Yeah.
owns CMT
Okay.
and MTV. It's
Right.
all Viacom, I think, is all.
Sure.
So that's their thing, right? So they had just done Celebrity Hip Hop Squares the night before, and or 2 nights prior to that, in the same studio, and I don't think, and this is, I hope I'm not burning a bridge here, but I don't think CMT is always 100% country anymore.
Well, okay. And
They're
nothing
trying to.
against-
That's why they call themselves CMT.
Well, I gotta say,
they're trying to
I
get rid of
think
the
you're
word
right.
country.
I think all these channels are just kind of blending into each other. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, we don't want to be just music television anymore, MTV,
Right.
so we'll do everything
Yeah.
else we can. VH1 isn't going to just be music videos anymore.
Right, right.
CMT, we're not going to be all just country all
Right.
the time. So there's a lot of, everything's kind of blending.
Now Gary Busey, I do get because he did. He's from Texas.
Yeah.
He's an icon. Everyone knows who Busey is. He's not
I still don't see
country.
him as, yeah, I still don't see him as country. But, I can
the only
see
ones
him
that's really country on the. And Bob Saget as a host, he's an icon, but not country.
Did you spend any time with Bob?
No, Bob Saget, bless his heart.
Yeah.
He came in last minute. I don't think he was 100% prepared.
Oh, no.
Because he didn't
Bob.
understand some of the questions. He had to repeat stuff and do it over again.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite, didn't get the format even 100%. And there were times where I didn't understand what was going on. Like the bonus round was confusing to me.
Oh,
and I
so
didn't
you're just
get
kind of throwing out a lot of rules. You're just like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and then like the head writer was a good friend of mine, Sarah Tiana, who used to be on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, sure.
She was the head writer of it.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm so excited you're a part of this, blah, blah, blah. What do you want Bob, when you're introduced, what do you want him to say? Do you want him to say anything about Hickory? I said, no, don't have him say anything about Hickory. He'll just have him ask me where I'm from, and I'll just take over. And I am prepared for some jokes.
Sure.
And then it's my turn. He goes, then we got John Reap here. Apparently, oh God, what's the English guy with the ginger beard? The Prince Harry.
Yeah.
He said something. Apparently, we couldn't get Prince Harry another bearded ginger, so we got John Reap here. I'm like, that's not where you're from.
It's a good lead up.
That's not the setup I was
I'm like,
prepared
thank
for.
you. I appreciate that. Happy to be here. So I was like thrown off there.
Jeez.
I think he was just winging it a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
sounds like
and the mic situation in the room. Now I guarantee you, when you go home and you watch this later, it's going to be fine.
It'll look fine.
It'll
Yeah.
sound fine. It'll look fine.
Sure.
Because like we did with Hickory Live, we
Well, I
shot
gotta say,
3 hours.
Yeah.
And now we're down to 22 minutes.
down 22-minute show,
and that's
after 3
exactly
hours of
what
filming.
this is going to be. It's
Yeah.
a 22-minute show.
So you just did one episode.
I did one episode.
Okay, all
yeah.
right.
I didn't get called on during the game, but I was called on as the bonus, like a bonus thing, like a secret square.
So your square would not have benefited anybody's path to winning. This
No,
game.
and that's another thing. I couldn't really. They didn't show us like where we what it looked like.
Oh, so you had no
I
idea.
couldn't even keep track.
Well, when you said you were top left, I was like, oh, that's a hot spot.
Yeah.
Because usually in tic-tac-toe, that's where
They
a lot of
all
people
start for whatever reason. They all started with like it was all the girls got picked first.
Uh-huh.
So because one girl, the contestant, she said, "Oh, I'm all about the girl power right now. I'm going to choose Marie Osmond."
Oh.
And then the other girl also said, "Well, let's stay with the girl power." And so me and Dusty and Gary Busey and Bill Lane were like, "What the?"
Yeah. All right, we'll just sit back and
We're
relax a
just
little
here.
bit. So who was the center?
Marie Osmond.
Marie. Okay, so that was you got to go center first. I mean, that's kind of a
100%.
tic-tac-toe
That's just what you
rule.
do.
You do.
I always went corner.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a
I think
kid.
you go corner first, right?
I was
That's
a
probably
corner
why I
first.
always lost it.
you get a lot of those cat games.
I did.
Yeah. But it was definitely fun doing it. It was fun talking to Gary Busey and just watching people.
Yeah.
Like he does a lot. He has a book called Buseyisms, right?
Okay. All right.
Which means, I guess, what do you call it? Like if you say, like he'll say, like the word sober, for instance. Take the word sober. I'm sober, say, but sober means something. It stands for something. Like what do you call it? Not an analogy, an acronym or whatever. When each letter of a word stands for another word, what does that mean?
Oh, it's anagram.
Is it an anagram?
Is it?
No, anagram's where
no.
you take the letters
That's a
and
game.
you rearrange them into
Welcome
a
to
different
Hickory.
word.
We don't know things.
Google it.
No, it's shoot, I forgot what you call it. Not analogy. Anyway, so the word
I've already forgot what it was.
The word sober, he says, stands for son of a bitch. Everything's real.
Oh, I see. Where you take the letter from each letter in the
Yeah.
word and make
Yeah,
different
and
words out of it.
make different-
Son of a bitch.
Everything's real.
Everything's real.
Right. So he
God,
has
that's pretty deep, actually.
tons of those though.
Wow.
That he says he comes up with. But so he talked about that.
Buseyism.
His new wife.
Yeah.
They have a kid. His kid was there too. Luke, who's probably like 9 years old.
Wow.
Busey's like up there. And
Now, Gary Busey has a much older son, Jake.
Jake Busey.
Yeah,
right.
Jake's like done
From
acting
like a previous,
and all that.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
okay. All right.
He's been in some stuff.
Okay.
He looks like his dad a lot.
Yeah, he
He's got
does.
with the big
Yes.
It's acronym.
acronym. What did I
Close.
say?
Did you say acronym?
At one point, I think I did.
Okay.
Rewind the tape.
We need proof.
Anyway.
I think you did say acronym.
Anyway, it was fun. He was cool. He's out there. What happened with him?
Yeah.
Well, I told him where I was from. He goes, "Yeah, I know that area. I actually did some films there. I did one called The Bullet, or Silver. I think he did one called Silver Bullet,
Wait.
or The Bullet, or something.
Now, The Silver Bullet, that was an old Stephen King movie back in the 80s.
Maybe it wasn't Silver Bullet, but he
Yeah,
said he
something
did a
with the
film
bullet.
in Wilmington, and one in the Hickory area about NASCAR.
Oh,
So that's
what was that?
He said it was in the 70s. Maybe it was just The Bullet.
Silver Bullet. It's called Silver Bullet. It was in 1985. It was a horror film.
Gary Busey was
Gary
in it?
Busey was in it. It's a Stephen King.
1985.
1985, based
Yeah.
on Stephen King novel.
Filmed in this area.
Yeah, maybe.
This is what Busey told me. So I was like, oh, wow.
Because that's a Stephen King movie, yeah. So, or based on Stephen King's story.
Yep.
Didn't know it was done around here, though.
How
Looking.
crazy.
Okay. No.
Well, there's a speedway. Maybe who knows if he's.
I was going to
remembers
say,
it.
I
So here's what I
could have just been any other city with H in the letter. in the
right.
starting. So, yeah.
Could have been High Point.
Could have been.
Could have been New Hampshire.
We don't know.
Could have been Hamburg, Germany, for all we know.
Yeah.
He didn't wear a helmet when he rode a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And he had an accident.
Yeah.
And ever since the accident, he's been a little different.
Right.
That's the
Yeah,
story, right?
Sure.
So he's with it, but not 100%. He just goes off on tangents.
Well, but he's entertaining.
He's
so
entertaining.
that's the thing. Yeah.
He'll just yell stuff every now and then.
All right. Well,
Like like in between takes, we're sitting there. He'll just go, yeah. He'll just yell stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah. It just does that.
Yeah, Hickory's nowhere really near where they shot that. It was shot in Wilmington.
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 It was shot in
All right,
Wilmington.
well, there you
Maybe
go.
they did like a pickup shot or something.
Maybe at the racetrack they did a pickup.
It could have been.
Yeah.
They
Also in
wouldn't
the
have
town of
credit.
Burgal, which is right there too.
What's that?
Also
Burgal.
filmed in Burgal as well.
Burgal? Burgal?
Burgal, yeah. Burgal.
So that was fun. Melissa Peterman's great. She was funny. Actually, Carson was one of the funniest ones on
Was
the
he
show.
really? Okay.
Yeah, because
Cool.
he's very quick-witted, off the cuff.
You got to have somebody on that show who's just
Flamboyant,
constantly
crazy.
going,
Yeah.
and keeping things really, really
Me and
energized.
Dusty, the other comedian on the show, were like trying to pick our moments.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that on these
Yeah.
shows. There's a lot of talking over each other, which I hate.
All right, can I ask you? I've always wondered this as a kid when I watched Hollywood Squares. So it's this giant stage setup,
Yeah.
where you have to climb up all these go
Right.
up these stair sets to get to the top, right?
Yeah,
top
yeah.
row, and you're in the top row.
I'm in the top.
So can you see the other people, like the other the other
To
people
my
in the
left,
squares?
I could see Sarah and Bill Engvall.
Okay, you could see them.
Below, yes, I can
Can't
see
see
them.
below you.
I can see because it's staggered. It's like stadium seating.
Oh,
So, but when you're looking at it straight on,
it looks flat.
It looks flat.
Oh, secrets.
But when you're there,
Secrets of Hollywood.
it's a little bit of a slope. It's
Okay.
so I can see next to me and the row below me, but not the very bottom row. I couldn't really see the
Okay,
bottom row
all
that well.
So it's really hard to kind of interact with the other people in the other squares.
Yes, also because Bob was mic'd in such a way that everyone could hear him in the room.
Yeah.
And then when he would call on a square, they weren't always mic'd. Sometimes they were, sometimes they weren't. And you couldn't hear them unless you were next to them.
So if you
the
couldn't hear
interaction
somebody
was
else,
weird.
you weren't
I
able to
couldn't-
chime in.
Yeah,
or say
I didn't even know
anything.
what they said. But there was one. But they said in the beginning, like, look, in the old Hollywood Squares, they would ask about 40 questions per show. This one, we're going to do maybe 8.
Wow.
And to fill that time, we want shenanigans. We want like you guys
Mm-hmm.
interacting with each other. And I'm like, great. They had some bits that we were going to do, but it was difficult because you couldn't hear that well.
Yeah, that would make it tough because you wouldn't know when to really like jump in and say anything because
Right.
you're not sure if somebody else was talking already.
Yeah,
all
and
that,
I hate people talking over each other.
Yeah.
But there was one funny moment between me and Carson that was pretty funny. Like there was I guess the question was like, can you tell what is in this fried food? And someone came out with a tray of fried food and he was eating it. And he was trying to figure out what it was. And he goes, he's making jokes. And I just said, hey, Carson, throw your balls up here. Throw me one of them balls. Because it was like a fried ball or something. And he goes, oh, I can't throw. I said, just toss it. Toss your ball up here. And he just like threw it. And I caught it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. It worked out great. I just stuffed it in my mouth and started eating it. And I was
So,
like, yeah, I got it right. It was fried Jell-O.
fried Jello.
Fried Jell-O. Yeah, strawberry.
Yeah, no.
It was good.
That's really a thing. I didn't know that was a thing.
It was a thing. It was that day. I forgot the question, but you'll see that on the show unless they cut it out. Who knows what they're going to keep?
Do you know when
they're
it's
gonna cut out.
supposed to be airing?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So
That's
that
kind of
was
cool. That's cool though.
just
I mean,
in and out.
yeah.
Real quick trip.
Marie Osmond.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
I'm
Also, how much time?
We're at an hour.
We're at an hour now. Should probably start wrapping this up.
Yeah.
Maybe next episode we'll save this.
Okay.
A guy that I met at Iron Thunder got a tattoo of my name on his arm. He asked me to say, he was a fan of Eastbound and Down. He's a fan of mine, I guess, or whatever. He recognized me at the bar and he said, hey, will you sign my arm? And he had
Yeah.
a tattoo of Danny McBride. Anyway, I signed his arm. He made a tattoo out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
We'll save it for next episode.
Yeah, we'll show it next time. That'd be good.
I do want to do a quick shout out because we are trying to get sponsors, right? And if you are interested in sponsoring this show, you can email me. You can email Alan. What's the best way for people to do that, you think?
Actually,
You can
I'll tell
email
you what,
Moose?
yeah,
Yeah,
So,
email me, yeah, for sure.
Email Moose. What's your email?
It's a moose at thejacksoncreative.com or a moose at themesh.tv. Either one can get to me, and
Right. And then
love to talk to you about it.
So there you go. This would be a section where I would talk about your product. Now, because I'm verified on Instagram and Facebook and that kind of stuff, I get random companies that will hit me up. They'll do an email. They'll comment on a picture of mine, or they'll direct message me. Right? They'll say, "Hey, I love your Instagram feed. Let's collab." And a lot of collabing going on, which basically means you wear my khaki pants. and then
you
I'll
talk
give you
about
free
them.
khaki
Yeah,
pants.
then you talk about those
I'm like, but
khaki
I don't
pants."
like khaki pants. I don't want khaki pants. I don't. That's not my thing. So a guy hit me up, and let's see here. Let me read this to you. South 40 Snacks on Instagram. Okay, I'm gonna read this. John, discovered you through Rogan and have been into your stuff recently. I'd love to send you some of our giant-sized sunflower seeds, biggest and best in the world. Where can I send you some? Jonas is his name.
That's a bold claim.
And I'm like, I'm not a sunflower seed guy.
Oh, yeah?
That's a skill. That's a baseball player thing. You've seen baseball players do it. They stuff a bunch in their mouth. They
And
chew them,
they're able
Yeah.
to kind of get the shells out and
Yeah.
like in their mouth.
It's
and
passing time.
and somehow you eat the seed, and you do it all in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's a skill I don't have, and it seems like a lot of work for a very little input.
I am not a big fan of food where you have to work to get to the food.
Thank you.
I don't get it. I don't like lobster.
Lobster.
Nope. I don't
Oysters?
really, shrimp. I have to have it already shelled and peeled. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't make me work for my food. If I'm paying for this food, I don't need an extra job.
I feel the exact. I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Yes,
I don't
I'm
even
very adamant
because of
about
that. I don't even like fondue
Oh no,
because I
fondue.
gotta. You mean I gotta cook it?
What am I paying you
What
for?
are you- yeah.
I could have just gone to the grocery store and got the ingredients myself.
But I was curious.
Yeah, sure.
With the sunflower seeds, and I said, "Thanks, man. Sure, I'll try them out. Send them." And I sent him my address.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Great, thanks." And he sent them, and I have them here.
Oh.
So I just want to give this guy a shout out.
Okay, sure.
Because, and I also want to make an example. We could be talking about your product. I'm doing one for free this time because as an example of what could happen. But this is South 40 Snacks giant sunflower seeds.
They are giant.
They're big, right?
Yeah,
Now,
can we-
you,
I can do them. Yeah, I
could do it?
I love some.
that's
I
not
like
been
them.
opened yet, as you
It's
can
not,
see.
yeah.
We're going to open them right now, and we're going to have some sunflower seeds.
Yeah, and it's thick cup.
I'll do the work, but I'll at least try a couple. Of them.
There you go. Get in there, boys. Now, these are pretty big. Now, what I was told is you put it in your mouth.
Like a dip.
You buy one.
Well,
that's
I'm
what Moose
watching what
doing.
Moose is doing.
Yeah, you
here.
put them in your mouth like a dip.
ahead.
People also use sunflower seeds. Quit dipping. By the
Oh,
way.
yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you get them in your mouth and you crack them with your molars. I'm giving a tutorial here.
Yeah.
Crack them with molars. Like that. And mess with it with your tongue.
I've just got a broken seed now.
And then you can fill it out. And then you spit the seed out.
The problem I'm having is my tongue cannot tell the difference between the shell and the seed.
It just takes practice.
Okay. You hear that, ladies?
Like time cherry.
Moose is good at this.
That's right.
Now, and look at the mess.
Yeah,
Well, look how little the seed is. I mean, these are giant ones, too. So,
But Moose, as far as someone who's more skilled in
I
sunflower
mean,
seeds,
that's a pretty good seed right there. I mean,
got a
that's
good
the
seed
inside
there?
of it there.
are y'all getting a
if
shot
you
of
want
that
to get
seed?
Nick, if you want to get that right there, I mean, that's a good size to scale there. I'm a fan. Hey, Warrior 2 Snacks, I'm with you, man.
There you go. So that's the name of the company
Wait a
right
minute.
here.
and I don't want to bash sunflower seeds
No.
or at all.
By the way, they
whole
taste
seed-
great.
This whole
They're
thing,
good, man.
this whole thing just generated that little tiny little seed that you showed.
Yeah, then you get rid of the other. Usually,
At least in peanuts, the shell is pretty close to the size of the peanuts on the inside.
very true.
You crack them open, like you got some good sized peanuts.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just you work really hard.
Yeah.
And it's like a little tiny.
You know what we need to do, Alan?
Yeah, what?
Is go buy regular sized sunflowers.
Yeah.
And see the actual difference in the size of the seed, because it seems like this exact same size seed, but just a bigger shell.
It does.
Huh?
But I will say, I mean, for someone who doesn't do this a lot, these seem pretty good.
They're delicious.
They
They're
look.
good. So Moose is our expert here, so I'm going to take your word.
Yeah, I'm
You're-
good with it.
you're a
Like,
fan.
most of the sunflower seeds that come in big bags like that, they're tiny. They're like like the, I don't want to say another brand on the podcast, but they're super small. Those are like 3 times the size of them.
Yeah, these are big.
And they're
good.
almost like pumpkin
I'm
seeds.
just making a mess here.
So basically, my whole point was not so much into collabing as so much as sponsorship,
Yeah.
unless it's something I like. And I'm not hating on the sunflower seeds. In fact, I'm going to give these to you, Moose, because you seem to like
Thanks, man.
I want you to have that.
And Jonas, I'm going to give you a shout about some
There you go.
sponsorship stuff. So I'll holler at you.
Another person who does, I'm not kidding, about khaki pants capris hit me up too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can get behind that.
Man, I'm seeing so many opportunities.
We're gonna be
right
so
now,
rich.
Oh, we are. We're just going to be rolling
Making
in.
tens
I'm
of
gonna have
dollars
khaki
here.
pants stuffed with sunflower seeds, just walking around throwing to people. It's gonna be a blast. Well, I've had a good time.
This has been fun.
This is our first run at the video podcast, Fried Podcast, the video, the whole hour.
Yeah.
I think it was good. I can't wait to see it. We got all these cameras going off. We got people over there judging us behind the glass. I think we did good, guys. Yeah, everything sound okay? You got your son over there doing the switching?
I got my son doing some video switching. So
My dad let me hold a flashlight when I was a kid. That was about it.
it's bring your kid to work day here at the studio.
Well, shall we wrap it up, boys?
Let's wrap it up.
Well, thank you for listening to another awesome, amazing episode of the Fried Pod. Okay, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends to listen and subscribe and know that I love you. Happy Friday, everybody! Bicycle!